Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Now, I know I have similar videos like this on this channel, and I don't know, maybe I'll create a playlist for it if you want to watch them. So this morning I saw this nurse who shared a story about a couple that came to her for testing, STIs and all that. So she shared a story and she has a message for young women. So let's first get into her story.
Story time. So I had a patient come in and she was having some discharge, just some bad discomfort, and wanted some testing. So when I saw her, I was okay, we're going to do some testing today. I can test for STIs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas. I can test for just infections that are very common like yeast, bacteria. Her partner stopped. He's like, hold on, doc. Now, first of all, I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm not a physician. Hold on, doc. I said, you can just call me Monica. I'm one of the NPs here. He's like, we don't need STI testing. All my stuff is clean. While that might be, I said, well, I understand that. I said, but since she's having discharge and it's, usually when you come in, I like to just test for everything because you never know. And it's just like, why waste your time coming here if you're not going to get all the tests? He was like, well, she don't need it. Now, mind you, the patient didn't say that. So I did the swab. Now I chose, because listen, I'm not new to this. I am not new to this. And as Karen Huger from Real Housewives of Potomac says, I'm a quick study of the room, and I could see the vibe. And I was like, oh yeah, you need the testing. So what I did was I chose the swab where you can test for everything and it's just a change of a code in the computer. Or I could test for just some things, which again is just a change of the code in the computer. But at least if I collected the swab where you have a lot of options, the patient would have options if she changes her mind. So when I got down there, the discharge was infectious in nature. It was copious, which means there was a lot of it. It was kind of like milky, whitish yellow. It just was a lot of infectious discharge. And I said, okay, it does look like you have an infection. It's probably some kind of bacterial infection. Would you like me to go ahead and just run the swab for everything since you're here? And the patient was like, yeah, absolutely. I think I should just do everything. She was also having some urinary symptoms, so we did a urine too. The partner, once again, was like, listen, I already told you we don't need STI testing. And I said, I understand that, but it's up to the patient. And your partner has told me, my patient, I said, she says she wants everything, so let's just go ahead and do everything. All right, you wasting your time. So he said, all right, but listen, again, I'm a quick study of the room. I could already see his discomfort. And I'm like, the test is going to be abnormal. Like, it's going to be abnormal. One, I'm looking at the infectious discharge. So I know for a fact we have an infection here. What kind? I can't tell you 100%, but I knew it was going to at least be BV, plus or minus chlamydia or trichomonas. Lo and behold, test came back positive for chlamydia, positive for bacterial vaginosis, and her prelim urine culture came back with over 100,000 gram negative raws, which is usually E. coli, which is the most common type of UTI. So she had UTI, chlamydia, and BV. Messing with a partner, she said they're completely monogamous and they've been together over a year, who said that they did not need testing. And the reason I'm telling the story is because I want to make sure that anyone who hears this video, and please send this to the young ladies, it is your body and it is your healthcare visit. And if you bring someone, they should be an advocate for you. They should be someone who wants you to get, the whole $1 million workup. They want you to get all the tests, all the things. They want you to feel comfortable. They're there to hold your hand. They're there so that you have an extra pair of ears, so that when the doctor or nurse practitioner or physician assistant or nurse says things to you, that you don't forget. The person you bring to your visit is supposed to be a person who got your back. If you're bringing someone who's telling you not to get stuff because it's in their own self-interest, because they're outside, I'm saying this because if you know that your partner is controlling that way, don't bring them to your healthcare visit.
Yeah, don't take them. Go by yourself. Don't go with anybody. Don't go with them. Go by yourself. Okay? And if you have to go with them, make sure they are also being tested. But if they are insisting on coming with you, then you have a problem. Go find out what is going on with your own body. Alright, this is not the first time I've posted a video like this on this channel. I'll probably group them and create a playlist for that if you want to watch that, so it's easy to find them. This happens a lot. A few months ago, I pray I find a story. This story that I saw of this Nigerian woman who also lost her life because her husband contracted HIV, right? And he lied about it. He didn't tell her, he didn't tell her about it. So she was busy treating other stuff like malaria, using local concoctions. And by the time she found out, it had turned into AIDS, okay? And she ended up losing her life because her husband was going and taking the medication for HIV. So he still had HIV, but the wife didn't know about it. So I don't care if you're married, your husband is this good man who never cheats, he's ticking all your boxes, everything is okay, and so on and so forth. Please do go and get tested, okay? And I think what I'm going to do is every 4 to 5 months, I'll post a similar video. I feel like this is the reminder for me to post again about this particular situation, because don't play with your health and don't trust these men. They are liars, okay? Most of them are liars. The ones that you're giving children to, they are liars. If they stop cheating, they are still cheating. Go and get tested, okay? Go and get tested. Don't say we didn't tell you. Go and get tested. But anyway, let's get into some of the stories, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. Leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments. Thank you.
There was a lady complaining on the internet that her husband gave her HIV, and she wanted to actually leave the husband when she first found out he was cheating. They've been married for 8 to 9 years. She wanted to leave the husband, but the parents, they were like, oh no, you know, you have 3 kids for him. Who's going to take you? Or you don't want to be single for the rest of your life, right? Last year she said, or 2 years ago is when she found out she had HIV. And the man said, there's nowhere you can go. This is why cheating is a very dangerous game. A whole wife would just be innocent, and she just carried disease from her husband's enjoyment and recklessness. And you guys say I should shut up my mouth and I should mind my business? Y'all are stupid.
My husband gave me an STD at 30 weeks pregnant. I constantly watch videos like this, and I never thought in a million years that I would be somebody that would post something like this, but here we go. So I am 30 weeks pregnant with our second child, and for some time now, about a week, I've been having symptoms of like a yeast infection or BV. Called my OB and they were like, okay, come in, we'll do a swab and we'll just treat you with some antibiotics until the tests come back because we're sure that it's just an imbalance or something. So my OB called me when the test came back, and she indeed told me that I had contracted an STD through sexual contact. So it's not one of those weird ones where you can contract it from like a toilet seat or something. And the thing is that my husband has been so supportive throughout this entire pregnancy, and he's only left me like a handful of times to go run some errands and stuff. Now here's the kicker. Every single time throughout this entire pregnancy that I would go to the OB, they would swab me for yeast infections, bacterial infections, and for STDs, and I have never had a positive one until now. So that means that he has had an affair within the last month. And when I tell you I came at him guns a-blazing, I was like, you better tell me and you better fess up right now what you did. He immediately swore up and down that he's never cheated on me the entire time that we've been together. And he also said that he wants to go as soon as possible to get tested for this STD to confirm that he does not have it and prove to me that he does not have it. The only thing I can think of is that he went an hour away for a work meeting and he was gone for a couple hours. Or there's also another scenario where he went back home to play golf with a high school friend, and then the high school friend's girlfriend called and said, you need to come home. He can play the rest of the rounds by himself. And I honestly don't know, because there's no concrete evidence of an affair except for a positive STD test. So I don't know where to go from here. I need help.
If you're dealing with somebody, male, female, whatever, and you ask them to go get tested, and this is their response.
Where's the results?
Take the test. My results in my phone.
Okay,
so
sure.
take yours. Take the test. Why are you worried about my results? Erica, just tell me the truth. I already know. I already fucking know.
So how do you know? So what makes you?
Come on, you're not. When I say that I am aware of everything and I see everything, you think I'm dumb. I'm not.
So where's your results?
Take the fucking test.
Where's your results?
My results don't matter.
They do matter.
Yours do. Take them.
Because you don't have anything.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Take yours.
You accuse me of having
Then
shit
shut
or doing stuff.
me up. Just know that they're hiding something, and it's probably something that they can't get rid of. So that was just a video recording of me and my ex going back and forth after I asked him to take an at-home HIV testing kit. He was refusing to do so, and obviously I figured out why. So the whole time that I was with this man, he acted as if he was sick with cancer, but instead it was actually HIV. Start normalizing going to get tested together, reviewing results together, because people can lie and hide things for a long time. So just protect yourself, because there's people out here that don't care, that aren't happy with themselves, and they don't care what happens to them, so they're not going to care about what happens to you.
My boyfriend gave me an STI. I've been with my boyfriend for 7 months, and this is so embarrassing. This is my second time having an STI during our relationship. I haven't been with anyone except him, so it must be coming from him. I'm so scared to bring it up to him, but I think he's cheating on me. What should I do?
Tell the man that, listen, I've got an STI. I think it's from you because I haven't been seeing anyone else. Are you cheating on me?
I say this with love. It's not a question of whether he's cheating on you. He is cheating on you. And besides the fact that he's cheating on you, that is dangerous for your health. The fact that he's doing that, and it could have been unresolved for such a long time. It's a health hazard.
Plus it being the second time as well.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
That is very crazy.
That's very crazy.
You have nothing to be scared or embarrassed about. He should be very embarrassed.
Very embarrassed.
Disgusting.
Some people will know they have an STD and purposely sleep with you unprotected so that you catch it too. I deal with men, so I will be talking about men, but fellas, y'all need to be looking out too. When you and your man take a break, he is 100% hunching on someone else. If you have a man that's not really your man, aka a sneaky link or a situationship, he is 100% hunching on someone else. If your man, your baby daddy, or your husband has ever had an affair, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that they were raw dogging. I have a friend that's a 304, and 95% of her clients are married men, and they all try to pay for extra to slide in with no protection. And do you know how many men she sees in a day? And they don't care. If a man has ever tried to spin the block on you, or is just overly persistent or extremely thirsty, he might be trying to set you up, sis. And they do this to trap you so that nobody else will want you. But you can literally catch an incurable disease that can unalive you. People literally playing with your life. So y'all need to start asking for paperwork. I don't even think that's enough. I think you need to go together to go get tested, because it's very rare for a man to get tested.
This man that was moving around with different ladies and finally contracted HIV and then went to the hospital and registered and started taking antiretroviral drugs. So this man gave his wife HIV, and wife was not aware of what was going on. So the wife was busy treating malaria, it wasn't going, treating typhoid, it wasn't going, and concussion. She was busy taking all manner of things, trying to treat herself. The thing was not going until the whole thing started getting out of hand. She now went to the hospital. And then they recommended, oh, there's a test you need to do. From the kind of symptoms you are having and the kind of things that are happening to you, we suspect something, so you need to go for HIV test. That's when the woman went and confirmed that she was HIV positive. But guess what? By that time, it was already too late. So finally, that's how the woman passed away, because she married someone who couldn't stay one place. Gave her HIV without telling her. Busy taking care of himself without telling the woman. So as a wife, next time they tell you not to check your husband's phone, to leave his phone for him, that it is his privacy. But his private part is not his privacy. His phone is more private than the private part. They tell you, if you want peace of mind, if you don't want to see what will shatter your head, that you should leave his phone for him. I want you to know that when sickness comes, it doesn't know whether you are aware or not, whether you checked phone or not, whether you are ignorant or not. When sickness comes, if it is given to you, you have collected it. So next time they tell you not to check his phone, I want you to know that your life could be at risk. Whether you checked the phone or you didn't check, whether you know what is going on there or you didn't know, it is better to check. Find out what is going on there, so that if your life is at risk, you can run when you are still healthy. If you want to keep away from the phone because you want to keep your marriage, you can keep a marriage that will take your life away.
How do y'all think STDs spread? Don't you know there are people who are walking around who know they have an STD and they still sleeping around with people? There have been many stories reported on that in the news, and even I knew a guy in prison who got killed in prison because he had AIDS and he still kept sleeping with other men in prison. But I've also seen that on the news, and you know, people would do that. You know, it's not many people that will come tell you, hey, I know I got AIDS or I know I got herpes and I'm not going to sleep with you. Because if that was the case, how do you think a lot of this stuff is still spreading? And a lot of people think that AIDS went away back in the 80s or 90s, or there are no more STDs. I can tell you there are a lot of people right now who's watching this who have STDs, and they know that they have it and they just refuse to tell anybody, but they'll still go around sleeping with other people. So I'm just saying this to y'all, be careful, man, because a lot of y'all going out here doing this stuff in the raw, and you never count the consequences of coming down with some of this stuff that you can't ever get rid of. If you're thinking about going out sleeping with somebody, man, I'm asking you to retract that. Don't do that. And you can say all you want that I'm using rubbers and condoms, but that stuff don't always work. You still stand a real strong chance of getting a disease from somebody. And a lot of times, like I said, it's from somebody who has it, and they're not going to tell you. And a lot of y'all fall into the trap, and most of us fall into the trap of because this person looks good, this person looks healthy, that they don't have nothing. I'm telling you, I worked on an AIDS unit for many years, and I've seen a lot of healthy looking people come through there that did not look like they had AIDS. So be careful.
I think I've said this in a lot of videos, but yeah, most of these men, they don't get married because, they love you so much. They want, to be in a committed relationship with a woman that they love, cherish, and adore. They do it because they want constant sex. Okay, they want to have sex whenever they want to have sex. They love the labor that comes with it, the free labor that comes with it. You know, it's easier, it's convenient, you know, for them. But that doesn't mean that they are not going to go out there and cheat on you. The most married men, the lady who said that she has friends who are, you know, workers, she said it. Most of their clients are married men. Most married men go to these workers. Okay, most of them go to these workers because the plan was never to be committed to you. The plan was never to keep you safe. The plan was never to protect you. The plan was all about them. Okay, all about them and their wants and their needs. And the fact that they lack discipline, they don't care about anybody else, they are selfish. Some of them will go and contract things, they'll be quiet about it, and you will be there in the dark because they want you to come out to be the one that brought the diseases to them. Make that make sense. They wanted to make it seem like you were the one who brought the diseases to them. You were the one that was cheating on them. So even though they know they have something, they'll keep their mouth shut on it. And you will be suffering. And you will be treating so many other things. So be on top of these things. Go and get tested. Get everything tested. Okay? Get everything tested and find out if that man that you're lying next to is cheating on you. I think that's one of the easiest way to find out if he's being faithful. That's the easiest way. Don't sleep on it. Don't make excuses. Because most of them won't tell you. Alright? They want you to be the bad guy, so they won't tell you. They won't tell you about the cheating. You have to find out yourself. They won't tell you about spending money on other women. You have to find out yourself. They will keep you there because they know that, you know, if they go out there and they don't find anything, they don't have the money to afford the workers, they can have, you know, smacks with you whenever they want to have smacks with you. Okay? That's the only purpose for most men when it comes to relationships and marriages. They do not care about you. I don't know how I'm going to say it. I don't want to sugarcoat it anymore. For most of them, they don't care about you. The only person they care about is the person standing in the mirror when they look in the mirror. Them. Okay? So don't be delulu about these things, you know. And some of them are good. They may care about you. They may be kind to you and so on and so forth, but they have double lives. You know, the stories of the DL men that came out, most of these married men were hiding. They were DL, they were hiding. I think there's another story on this channel alone of this man who was working from home at the time and he was doing it with all the men in the neighborhood. You know, the wife thought, oh, my husband is working from home, he's always home, but, you know, she goes to work and she didn't know what was going on. Every afternoon, these men were coming to him for smacks. Okay, and they were doing all sort of things and he has all sort of excuses for it. Yeah. So don't trust them wholeheartedly, alright? Put yourself first because the thing is they are putting their pleasure first. They lack discipline. They don't care about anybody. They don't respect you. They don't necessarily like you. It's easier for them. It's easier. The whole purpose of relationship and marriages to a lot of men is because it's convenient. They will get food, they will get sex, they will have somebody to have their children. You are there cooking and cleaning for them. You are there paying half of the bills. That's all. You are nobody to them. They don't give a fuck about you. And the sooner you come to terms with that, the better for you. Okay? So go get tested. Prioritize your health. Okay? I don't care how nice. I've said it before. I don't care how nice they are. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are nice. Even the nicest ones, some of them are the worst ones. They will help you around the house. They take care of the kids. They are hands-on. You know, they are these romantic guys. They are sending you the flowers. They are buying you the Gucci's and so on and so forth. He cheated. You found out. He took you to Dubai. He's buying you all sort of things. You know, he's booking the trips and so on and so forth. But he's leading a double life. He's leading a double life and you are there treating malaria only for you to find out a few months down the line when it's almost time for you to die that he had HIV all along. He gave you HIV all along. Didn't make it possible for you to get the help that you needed out of ego, pride, and shame. Left you there to perish. Yeah, these are the kind of men you're dealing with. Okay? Again, I'm not saying all men. Okay? But for your peace of mind, for your sanity, for your own health, go and get tested. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here and I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.